Oh, Jelly. Hello, party people. I don't know if you caught the entirety of my last comment as I was sitting down, but I said, let's get this silly shit on the road because, well, I'm an hour late because, well, it took me longer than I expected to finish the review for, whatchamacallit. It'll come to me. Spider Noir, episode 3. There we go. That'll be out tomorrow, so look for that. I should be live, which means I should be making noise over here. Oops. Let me just refresh my Rumble feed to make sure I'm actually live. Let me close my chat window. Bloody hell. Just a second. Okay, I do appear to be live. That's good. Let's... Will that close chat? Beautiful, okay. Now we're cooking with gasoline. Okay, so, the Avast browser should be up. There it is. Okay, so, thank you. I have 80 followers now. Holy shit. Over on my YouTube, yes, I do still have a YouTube channel, and I do post there regularly, too. Well, semi-regularly, let's say. Mostly regularly, even. In fact, tomorrow I will be posting the review there, and on this channel as well. Let me see, what else do I need to mention? 334 followers over there on YouTube. Thank you all very much. And recently I did celebrate passing 1,300 followers on X. Much appreciated. I have to be honest, I don't pay attention to GETTR and Gab all that much. Gab I'm not going to give up. GETTR I'm considering giving up. I did recently dump my gander account as well. The reason for that being that it's... I have suspicions about gander. It may come up in the show, but if it doesn't, I'll share them now. The reason I have suspicions about gander is because, A, it wants to be Canada only, and with our government pushing for the sort of clampdown on social media that Australia and the UK are, I have suspicions that there may be too much government involvement with it. Beyond that, and potentially of a greater concern, sorry, had a lot of coffee while I was doing the review, but of a greater concern is the fact that gander is planning to tie into Blue Sky. Yeah. Anyway, we start where we always start, with Sic Semper Mentalis. Thus always to dickheads. And first on the docket today, actually only on the docket today for the dickheads, is this lovely little story out of Britain. Or technically out of Ireland. And we're just waiting for this to come up. There we are. From the BritLab, British Patriot. Breaking. Authorities are urgently relocating illegal immigrants from Northern Ireland to Britain for their protection. Relocating illegal immigrants from Northern Ireland to Britain for their protection. I'll read that again. They are urgently relocating illegal immigrants for their protection. This comes after local residents demanded their removal or that the authorities would face further riots. It's almost like sometimes being less than peaceful works. However, I will point out they're moving illegal immigrants from Northern Ireland to Britain. They're illegal. Fucking dump them in the ocean. You know, that's where they came from. And someone down here does point out, the small boats of migrants from France continue, says Krister too. Now, do we get to demand they are returned from whence they came? No, of course you don't. How dare you? You know that your government needs their new serf class and to push your wages even further down. How dare you want prosperity in your own homeland? Remember, July is White History Month. Instead of relocating them to England, why not just send them all back to their own countries? Says Chuck. Now, I will give Chuck a break. He's American, so he doesn't understand that the UK, Britain, and England, well, Britain and England, aren't the same place. It's okay. Good job, Chuck. You did okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's not a bad one. Self-deport, they're coming for you. And very, very many people have been saying deportation was the moderate solution. The Almighty tells me he can get me out of this mess, but he's pretty sure you're fucked. I do love this character from Braveheart. Complete fiction that he is, though. Let's see, what have we got down here? Britain is fucked. Changed my mind. It might not be. If enough people follow the Irish example, it might not be. What have we got up next? Up next is the clown show. I mean, the comment section. Now, I'm not generally a big fan of the auditor types, but it's very rare to see them in the UK. So, from Skint Eastwood, UK police arrest a man for saying you're chatting shit, despite High Court ruling that swearing is protected speech. You don't actually have free speech in Britain any more than I do in Canada. A man is calmly explaining to a police officer that swearing in public is not automatically illegal. He correctly references the High Court ruling of Lord Justice Bean. I'm going to try and avoid referencing Rowan Atkinson. Oh shit. That everyday swearing is part of normal expressive language and protected under free speech, unless it's genuinely threatening or abusive under the Public Order Act. Now, he does say to the officer at the end, or towards the end, you're chatting shit. That means that he thinks that the words that the officer have used, the idea, the concept that the officer is trying to get across, is wrong. He's not attacking the officer by any means, not being abusive towards the officer at all. Instead of listening, the officer warns him, gets defensive, and then arrests him for a public order offense simply for saying, you're chatting shit. You're talking bullshit. You're talking bollocks, etc. Classic example of police abusing their powers and ignoring established case law just because they don't like being challenged. This is why trust in policing keeps dropping. This is a 49-second clip, so we'll probably watch the whole thing.
Mate, swear again, you get nicked.
I'm not allowed to swear in an abusive or threatening manner. I am allowed to use swear words as part of my dialect if it's an expressive manner. Talk to Lord Justice Bean about it. He's already ruled about it in the High Court. I know...
The person that the police officer is talking to is pointing out to the police officer that your understanding, his understanding of the law, is wrong. Rather than listen, the police officer is simply now looking to find a way to arrest this person that he's threatened to arrest.
Section 5, I know Section 4 and 4A.
Okay, that's great.
I can swear as part of my general vernacular because it's expressive language and it's protected under freedom of expression. I'm not allowed to swear at people. I'm not allowed to use language that may cause alarm, harassment or distress, which would be using it in a threatening or abusive manner, even if that's towards you, but there's somebody will pass. I get that.
Have you got anything better to do than try and get into an argument?
I wasn't trying to get into an argument.
You won't let me explain my point?
No, because you're chatting shit.
Right, under arrest.
Under arrest.
So, because he wouldn't let the police officer finish, the police officer arrests him and uses the swear word of shit. Please. Hardly a swear word. But shit as the justification.
Yeah, you're under arrest for a public order offence. Okay, so you don't have to say anything that may harm your defence. We've not mentioned one question.
What public was around at that point?
Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
Yeah, there's also the circumstances being that there's probably no member of the public who actually heard that. Imagine telling a man they can't use a swear word which isn't being used directly against someone. That's bad enough. Imagine arresting him for it. As a Newfoundlander, swearing is part of my vernacular as well, to the point that my people have created several dandy insults, such as hang ashore and Mary begot. No, I'm not going to explain them. British police are obviously terrified of attempting to police people who are not the same color as them, which might have something to do with the fact that they regularly get the shit kicked out of them by people who don't look like them and refuse to consent to being policed. And I created a little meme. You want to defund the police because you think all cops are bastards. I want to defund the police because I think they're fucking useless. We are most definitely not the same. Yeah. Find out who you're not allowed to criticize. Yep. White Dragon says, have you got anything better to do than try to get into an argument? Says the anti-white policeman, and he is right. He arrests this white man and most likely wouldn't arrest an anti-white non-white for child rape, but this swearing is kindergarten. Yeah, the police are absolutely anti-white in this case. Anti-whites come in all different stripes. White people, the only race you can legally discriminate against. This is very true. Justice isn't two-tier, it's anti-white. It's becoming very clear. Go over to nowhiteguilt.org, check them out. Maybe share the hashtag July is White History Month with them as you go. How many videos are there of police who have no clue of the laws they're supposed to enforce? Too many. Yeah. Okay. Speaking of not knowing what you're doing, let's talk about Mark Carney briefly. A few months ago, Carney wanted China to join his New World Order, but now in France he says the World Order will be built in Europe with Canada. Did something go wrong with China? He's playing everyone while Canadians suffer. And we'll play the whole thing here so that we get a reminder of his words.
I believe the progress that we have made in the partnership sets us up well for the new world order. That I believe that the next world order will likely be built out of Europe, and Canada will be part of that effort.
So he can't even decide who his master actually is, because he doesn't have a master. He's probably potentially a free agent who's still flailing around trying to enact his previous loyalties, which I point out here. Carney's loyalties appear to lie with anyone other than Canada first, but given that he was a Remainer, this shouldn't be much of a shock. I wonder if Xi Jinping will try chewing him out in public the same way he did with Trudeau. I'd find it more entertaining because I'm pretty sure Xi Jinping would tower over Mark Carney. Yeah. Pattern is the story. China alliance walked back. New World Order, then called meaningless. Middle Powers coalition, then denied. Grocery promises, then repeated after failing. He's not governing, he's improvising. Yeah, he's definitely flailing his way through governance. And Canadians are paying for the rehearsals. Yeah. And the PPC points out, you can't say we didn't try to warn you. Isn't it time we stopped playing dueling globalists? Yeah. It most definitely is. Okay, from Basil the Great. We go back over across the pond. From Basil the Great. Hang on. Excuse me. Got a bit of gas. Breaking. Keir Starmer's blocked social media sites list for under 16s has been released. Pay attention to what is and is not on it. TikTok. In the UK, is that still owned by China? YouTube. Weird. Snapchat. I have no understanding of Snapchat, though I do know it has been used to predate on children. Instagram, I think much the same. X. Reddit. Facebook. Facebook. What under 16 is using Facebook? Even the under 16s are saying it's old man media now. I don't even use Facebook anymore. Twitch. Well, you know, I can... I mean, you're keeping the kids away from Hassan Piker. Not a bad thing. Kick, Threads. I don't even know what Threads is. But please note, leftist site Blue Sky is not blocked. Now, you may recall that when Elon purchased Twitter and renamed it X, he promised that he was going to get rid of a lot of the porn that was on X, because a lot of it was targeting children. And it became very clear in very short order that Blue Sky was the haven. A lot of these... We'll use the word people, because they're probably human. But we'll use it loosely, because, well, I don't think they should be treated to human rights. But it's quite obvious that these pedophilic individuals ended up on Blue Sky. And, yeah, now that's the one that the... Let's call them what they are. The Epstein class want us to use. This is why... Yeah, it did come up after all. This is why I deleted my Gander account. It's a startup social media platform supposedly specifically for Canada, but it has ties to Blue Sky, and I have no interest in being involved with that. In fact, I'm somewhat suspicious that the government is not behind Gander. Yeah. Pedo Haven Blue Sky gets a pass, yeah. What is all this now? Let me full screen this and see if I can read it. I can't. Open it in a new tab. Maybe I can that way. Let's see. Brian Gate. Caught downloading child porn. Graham Pearson. Caught with child porn. Richard Harris. Offered children money for sex. Labor. Holy shit, man. Are they all labor? Oh. It's all labor. And they're all guilty of something against children. I guess calling them the Epstein class wasn't necessarily a bad choice. Fucking bastards. That's from Cthulhu Loves You. Catches a like for that. He's already got a follow. So it was never about protecting children, but controlling what media children can consume. Shocked I am. Shocked. Yeah, you shouldn't be rational. Unbelievable. Blue Sky struggles to moderate child abuse material in Portuguese. Yeah. Blue Sky has faced a rising influx of CSAM, child sexual abuse material, and predator activity. As user numbers surged, the platform saw an uptick in harmful content ranging from users attempting to sell explicit imagery to pedophiles sharing encrypted chat links. Yeah, leftists. Shh, don't mention it. We need a place to groom kids. Bastards. Yeah. Let me get this straight. You're going to ban YouTube for minors, but keep Blue Sky, the social media site known for not only extremist left-wing viewpoints, but having an infamous child porn and abuse problem. Yeah. According to trans journalist Caitlin Burns, Blue Sky is a groomer's paradise. A large group of funny, talented trans posters were the earliest adopters of Blue Sky and were able to forge the platform into what it is today. Funny, frequently horny. Yes, I would love my under 16 child to have a look at that. With very strong moderation tools. If you like Blue Sky's vibe right now, thank a trans person. Yeah. Yeah, this is another good point. Recon points out, how exactly do they intend to enforce this law? If it's ID checks, then it's surely not about protecting the children, who don't generally have IDs. Every British citizen will have to prove they're over 18, which means giving up personal information to the government. If you don't, then no access. Yep. Yep. They're doing the same thing here in Canada as well. By hook or by crook, they will control everything we see. They will turn our countries into new airstrips. Canada will be airstrip 2. Actually, I think Australia is already airstrip 2. So I guess Canada would be airstrip 3. Yeah. From my buddy, Rhetorically Defective. TND, which apparently stands for Total Non-something. I forget which. So this is how you end up with Carmelo Anthony's. This is the state of women. Today's mothers. Today's black mothers. You really need to see what's going on here. It took me a minute to figure out what she was doing, but there's something smoking in the car. Obviously the windows are up, otherwise it would be ventilated. And I thought maybe it was some sort of drug or something. Then I got a good look at what was in her hand. If you don't recognize what that is, let me inform you. That is a radio tag, clothing tag, an anti-theft device, which is made of plastic, which she is burning off in a vehicle with 2 young children and, I'm going to assume, her man, for lack of a better term, in the driver's seat. Also, I think they're in a Cadillac from the look of that chevron there, but I'm not 100% sure.
That's why we gotta make it, because Bookie, I gotta go steal my outfits before my video shoot. Yo.
She had to steal outfits for her video shoot. Sorry, she's not stealing. Of course she's not. Yeah, at least he's smart enough to hide his face. And she's calling out to him like he should be paying attention and happily participating in obvious theft. Not to mention the harm that you're doing to your child. Also, congratulations, you're holding a lighter, which is full of an explosive, right next to an open flame. Good idea. Look at the smoke in there. And she's got little babies in there, too.
And don't ask me why I'm stealing all types, bitch, because they $40, bitch.
Don't ask you why you're stealing, because they voided it all? Yeah. How the fuck do people like this not end up arrested immediately after they post this shit?
We need the thing to, like, scoop it up. Not my two girl. It's trying to go right. Watch out.
I can only imagine the state of the interior of that vehicle. Oh, she's proud. She got it off without damaging the clothing. What a wonderful mother. Yeah, let's scroll through some of the comments here. I'm sure the fumes from that plastic burning isn't good for those kids in the back. Well, this is how you get Carmelo Anthony's. If they cared about their children at all, they would raise them better. My heart hurts for those children. They matter for sure. They deserve a fair shot. Well, they're not going to get it because now they're brain damaged. Kids have no chance. Never trust anyone with fake hair. Yeah. Yeah, dude's like 5 and wearing diapers, but ready for prison. Yeah. Yeah. And he's got his ears pierced. My people are making it extremely hard for me to defend them. Unsee juice. Yeah, you're not going to unsee that. Big brain energy. Yeah. These so-called marginalized groups want equality when it's convenient with no accountability. Side note, the black community is a matriarchy. Boys aren't taught self-control of their emotions, which leads to poor decisions. Yes, like banging women like this. Okay. Fortunately, that's the end of that section. Let's go to July is White History Month. And first up on today's July is White History Month, I will point out, please do, anywhere you're seeing positive white things, use the hashtag July is White History Month. We need to celebrate our heritage and our history as white folks. Whether you're Russian, Canadian, French, Irish, whatever. Didger's in says, wow, what a visual to come in on. I bleach. I'm going to guess you popped in right in the middle of that video with the obviously loving mother and responsible citizen. Sorry about that. Also, hi there, sadist. So proud of myself sometimes. In any case, folks, as I was saying, please use the hashtag July is White History Month anywhere you see something that white people should be proud of, or that shows that we are under attack, either by government policy or social behavior. Don't use it simply to be Don't use it to be white negative. Don't use it on a post. For example, that last video that I showed you, I would never use July is White History Month there because it doesn't have anything to do with white people. They're nons. They're irrelevant to the issues facing white people. By and large, I know, but by and large. In any case, let's go to Basil the Great. With breaking, a number of people have stepped forward to claim that a government organization named RICU hide the truth from the British people whenever a migrant attack happens and manage their response. This includes writing statements for bereaved families to read out. Excuse me. Pressuring grieving families into political messaging, especially without paying them for the work, is evil. And I did use the Latin phrase in luctu veritas. What that means is in grief veritas. Luctu is lamentation. It's the outward expression of grief. There's not enough eye bleach in the world for the things I show you, my friend. I'm sorry. Well, not that sorry. You need to know it too. From Sir Dunrier Windscaler? Okay. That's Connor Tomlinson already exposed this UK nudge unit final boss, yeah. A leaked Home Office report called grooming gangs a, quote, grievance narrative, and complaints about two-tier policing a, quote, right-wing extremist conspiracy theory. It also aims... Sorry, I said conspiracy. It also aims to increase the number of non-crime hate incidents recorded. There's a lot more to this story than just civil service incompetence. Incompetence is the forgivable excuse we give people who are not obviously trying to do us harm, Connor. We need to stop saying incompetent and start saying malicious. And a leaked dossier reveals the Home Office plans to revive non-crime hate incidents. Yeah, they only just got rid of it. Why wouldn't they bring it right back? Let's see. We have 2 more to go. And then we can do some laughing, and I'll do a bit of gaming. From, I believe, the Tree Godfather. Yes, Tree Godfather. Good follow over on X. And a great voice for the pro-white, white positive side of things. Anti-whiteism is motivated by jealousy and envy. Absolutely true. And this, of course, is reposting Lazi B, who is the source of, or at least my personal source for the July is White History Month hashtag. She says, there is no white culture. This is what non-whites say in English, wearing white people clothing with a white person hairstyle, using a phone made by white people, with white houses and buildings built by white people in the background in a white country full of white culture and white people. It's all so tiresome. Envy, jealousy, entitlement, and resentment. There is no white culture. It's an opinion by Richard Thompson Ford. There is no water. Opinion by a fish. Yeah. And as the fish is not dead, we can assume he's, go figure, in water. Yeah. But there's no white culture, right? Yeah. The most appropriated culture is white culture. Yes. Yeah. Says a man wearing white man's clothes. Yeah, nice shoes there, guy. So, in the spirit of honoring our history and heritage, I do try to have at least one story every time I talk about White History Month, where we actually see something we can be proud of. Today, it's the Falklands in the UK. Who catches a follow, talking about Liberation Day in the Falkland Islands. It's in remembrance of all who served. I believe this was today. 14th? Yes. In remembrance of all who served and gave their lives for our freedom at Falklands Rep UK, and Tom Herring, chairman of at SAMA 82 office, I'm not sure what that is, laid wreaths at the South Atlantic Memorial, St. Paul's Cathedral. We will remember them. And this is a fairly short video, so we'll sit through this. Some beautiful architecture, of course.
We're here at St. Paul's Cathedral to lay a wreath at the South Atlantic Memorial as we remember the 255 members of the UK Armed Forces who gave their life in the liberation of the Falkland Islands in 1982. Falkland Islanders will be forever grateful to those who restored freedom to the islands in those dark days. Not just those who gave their lives, but those who suffered injuries in body, mind, and spirit. Those who are still suffering to this day, and of course the families, friends, and loved ones of those who did not return. We will remember them.
I'm here today to accompany your government representative to lay a wreath at the Falklands Memorial within the undercroft of the cathedral. It there names all the 255 souls that gave their lives in 1982, which we remember dearly and deeply, as I'm sure you do in the islands. We miss you deeply. I can assure you that the South Atlantic Medal Association, of which I'm chairman, is behind you. We love coming to the islands and also visiting, and we thank you so much for your hospitality, support, and we will support you in the opposite direction this way. Hopefully next year on the 45th, this being the 44th, we'll be able to see a bit more of the island, and also maybe some of you will come over and see us. But I can assure you that we're well into the planning now of organising something for the 45th, which is not an official anniversary for the MOD, but in conjunction with the Falkland Islands Memorial Chapel at Pangbourne, SAMA 82 will be putting things on, and also we'll have a large service to commemorate that anniversary. Good luck to you all, and from the sea, freedom.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of history to be proud of. And I did say, I dropped the tag and I said, remember the contributions of our fallen. To absent friends who made the long journey never to return to comforts of the homes and families, we won't forget you. And of course, there had to be one. Let's have a quick look at you, Darius, shall we? Oh, you're Polish. Oh, aren't you just a wonderful individual? And who do you think is going to help fight the Russians for you? Yeah, if it becomes necessary. Okay, we don't need any of that. Okay, so close that one. We come back to here. Now, I've got a few funny things that I want to share with you guys. Before I do the first one, though, I will, of course, acknowledge... Didger, what did you say over here? Clear my thing. These people aren't incompetent most of the time. They know what they're doing, so at best they're just dull-witted and delusional. At worst, they're psychopathic and evil. Yes, and they should be treated as if they are evil and intent on doing us harm, because even if they're not, they are. Fairly simple, really. I'm not sure where this one comes from, but I have a suspicion it's American, because, well, it just feels American. Oh, no, not this one, sorry. This one's obviously, I think, Argentina, possibly. But the caption reads, "Imagine trying to finish your work while a macaw decides you're its new best friend." I think this is Argentina. Macaws? Where are macaws native to? I think they're South American. Central and South America. Ranging from southern Mexico down to Brazil and northern Argentina. And historically found in the Caribbean. No longer present there in the wild, though. Oof. Probably got hunted out. In any case, let's just have a bit of a laugh with this fella. Beautiful birds, macaws. But I guess they're the South American equivalent of, well, the galah in Australia, or our seagull. Though our seagulls aren't nearly as friendly. Don't chew on the wire, dude. Pretty docile, just the same.
Nessa hora aí que a fibra vai embora.
There's your life as a tradie. Sometimes you have to deal with weird things. He's even dressed like... That's a good point. That might be what attracted the macaw. The fact that he's wearing the same color outfit as he is. Oh my... This one actually is almost certainly American in nature. This is the last of the X links that I have. I think I've been using bug spray wrong my whole life, says the caption. From Planet of Memes. It's a good follow if you need the occasional laugh. No, I definitely take it back. That is absolutely not American. I'm going to guess somewhere in Asia, especially based on the fact that they have a light cargo truck, which I can't fucking buy here because of fucking check-ins. If you don't know what I'm referencing there, go check out The Fat Electrician. He has a very good explanation for why, you know, we can't buy the Hilux in North America. Yeah, you kind of got to keep the pressure on that nozzle there, dude. You also want to make sure you don't let the flame come all the way back to the bottle. You want to shake it around before you let go of the nozzle. Yeah. Of course, I'll probably get hit now for suggesting people do dangerous things. Here's a thought. Maybe don't set fire to an explosive spray in your hand. Fuck off, YouTube. I'm not counseling people on how to put themselves in danger. Yeah. Let's see. Things that would have come in handy when you lived down by me. So that's, I guess, somebody who knows Planet of Memes personally. Great way to have an aluminum can blow up in your face. That is true. It is very possible to have that completely backfire. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, this will get rid of it. Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's fine. Flamethrower, right? Say what you will about California, but we don't have a bug season like that. You have bigger problems. Let's see. I did that once with hairspray against a hornet. One of the most gangster things I have ever managed to accomplish in my life was thrust killing a wasp out of the air with a pool cue. Yeah, playing pool in residence in college, and had all the windows open because it was a hot day, kind of early summer before the end of term. Wasp came flying in, floated around my head, started to go away, and I was going to ignore it. I'm phobic about wasps. Then it came back towards me, and I lifted up the pull cue, and I basically stabbed it, and pinned it completely out of the air. When it hit the ground, it got stepped on. Yeah. It's one of the most gangster things I've ever done, I think. Totally Rorschach that little stingy bat. I forgot about Rorschach. Yeah, the Rorschach's preferred weapon is the flaming can of hairspray. Things that can be dealt with by flaming cans of hairspray, and then there are things that can't. For example, before the internet, India was still somewhat perceived as this mysterious land full of wisdom, meditation masters, and ancestral knowledge. But with the internet era, now everyone knows it is the land of inbreeders, rapists, pollution, and hygiene hell. This is my sacred river, sir. Dude, if it's sacred, why is it so filthy? Let's see. Further religious observations. There is a difference between a Sikh ceremonial weapon and an American ceremonial weapon. Personally, I prefer the American ceremonial weapon, but that's me. I'll zoom that in a little bit so you can see. Yeah, the ceremonial six-shooters. Best character in Watchmen? Is there anybody I liked more? I did kind of like the Night Owl more, the Batman knockoff. But that's more the aspirational hero thing. Yeah. And yes, I understand Rorschach was also a Batman knockoff, though he was much more a question knockoff. Yeah. Let's see, what else have we got here? Since today is Flag Day in the U.S., let's, I think this will work. This might be too big. Okay, let me zoom out. So this is Talking Redneck with my Swedish boyfriend. I'm going to assume this is the Swedish boyfriend. But in honor of U.S. Flag Day...
Hey, Joel. It's up pretty out here. I reckon I died and gone to Y'all Holler. Tell you what, happier than a hog and shit. Terrible. This damn rock right here in the middle of my river, likely to get killed to death. We're in the redneck Riviera right here.
Now, I'm not sure if that's actually in Sweden or if that might actually be in Tennessee.
Skål, y'all.
I do like the idea of y'all hollow. Yeah. What have I got down here? Is that the last one? That is the last one. Okay. So then there's this PSA, which I want to share. Ladies, please be aware. You know, your men need you, and you are in fact capable of keeping us alive. Let me just zoom that out and zoom it back in. Okay.
Touching boobs can save a life. No, this is not a joke. It is deeply rooted in cardiology. When a man walks chronically in high stress levels, he is in constant fight or flight mode. His defenses are always active. This silent inflammation is slowly draining his cardiovascular reserve, even when he sleeps. But the touch carries a biological passcode. Just feeling the texture and warmth of her chest triggers an instant physiological reaction. His primal brain stimulates the vagus nerve, the master controller of the parasympathetic rest and digest system. This forces the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. This chemical creates a profound sense of biological safety. It overrides survival instincts. His heart rate drops rapidly, and his blood pressure normalizes. Cortisol is flushed out. Finally, his body switches from defense mode back into recovery mode. Evolutionarily, this specific contact meant his tribe is safe. He can finally rest now. So, ladies, give his heart a break. You might just add another few healthy years to his life.
I want to say thank you to Neon Psyche for that one. Okay, I've got a couple of different ones, or a couple more videos. This one from Ireland. Yes, I know, Ireland. They are in fact wearing kilts, but it is Ireland. For those who don't recognize the tune, it's When the Saints Go Marching In. Okay, so Digier points out that the Yalhalla fella has a nice little spot. He did, in fact. Then he points out that grabbing boobs doesn't make his heart slow down. It's not the grabbing, it's the holding. Or you're doing it wrong. Do I have to tell you the rodeo joke? I won't. Not yet. Though, thanks for the idea. I'm going to tell the rodeo joke in a short later, when I'm done this. Okay. I think this is finished. Oh, no. Well, it's more of the same, but... So, for those who didn't know, Ireland does in fact have kilts. In fact, Newfoundland has a tartan, so I technically have the right to wear a kilt myself. Yeah, they're playing bagpipes. Because, yeah, it's Celtic, not just Scottish. Bro, I ain't doing it wrong. Okay. I do occasionally try to find a cute animal video as well, so let's see about this one. Let's talk about Australia's possum problem, shall we?
Hush. I'm your baby. Look at this beautiful little pup.
Somebody, it's barbecue night. We're talking burgers. Get out. Come on.
Hold. What the? Where did you come from?
Very friendly. Hello. You're so friendly.
Baby possum.
He's waving.
Excuse me. No. Don't you be getting in these bin bags, you dog.
Oh, what is my life, bro?
Wait, why'd you take off both shoes?
You're a little fatty, aren't you? You can see how powerful their little mouths are, just chomping down on that corn.
I walk into the bathroom and there's a possum in the corner.
Hush.
So, that's an Australian possum, as opposed to an American possum. I don't know that the Australian possum makes a good pet. I don't really know that the American one does either, but yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for the recorded section. So